What's going on, Cash Sports family? I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in today for another Cash Sports episode on the Cash Sports podcast. And I say Cash Sports a couple times, one too many, but hey, you can never say it enough because, hey, this is what it is, this is what we do, this is what I do. Just tune in and talk about, the latest trending topics and what's going on in the sports world. So as I said before, I'm gonna try to get in as much basketball as possible before the NFL league really starts kicking in. But stay tuned for that because I really want to chime in on this NFL season. So stay tuned for that. If you want to see or hear more content from me, just make sure that you hit that notification button on the channel so you guys can know when I drop my content. Because even though I might not stream every day, I stream most days, but I also drop shorts every day on what's really going on. And then as far as the live streams, I always tune in. I always want to talk about, whatever's going on, what's going around each league. We talk about it all. And then whenever you guys can hop on, you know what? You drop that link in the comment section so you guys can tune in. Boom. There you go. So if anybody's ready to join the conversation, I'm ready for it. So like I said, I want to talk basketball. I want to talk some basketball, some more trade rumors on what's going on, right? So I know I elaborated on the LeBron James signing, on whether he was going to stay with the Lakers or not. And all signs are pointing to him staying. LeBron, for the most part, he has most to all the leverage in this situation. He's a billionaire, so he gets paid a lot of money already, actively. So there really is no rush for him to kind of sign that deal. But at the same time, LeBron can still sign it and it would still benefit him at the end of the day. Hey, how you doing? If you're tuning in, drop that like, subscribe to the page. I really appreciate it. Or you can join in. I got the link in the comments in case you want to tune in. I'm talking some NBA right now. But I think, with LeBron and just what he's doing right now, especially with all the ventures and what he's trying to do in the league, I think it's in his best interest to kind of just stay with LA as soon as possible. Really up until the point until Bronny is eligible to enter the league, because he already stated that he wants to have his last year with his son, which comes to no surprise. So that's that. If we want to talk about that a little bit more, anybody can chime in. But until then, let's talk about something else. Kevin Durant, by the way, he was scheduled to meet Joe Tsai, the owner for the Brooklyn Nets. And we're probably going to hear how Kevin Durant really feels about what's going on. See if he's going to finalize this decision on whether he really wants to leave the Brooklyn Nets or not. That's something we're going to have to find out in the near future, for real. But I think Kevin Durant, I hope he had a good long pause on on what he wants to do with his career and what he wants to do with his situation. For me personally, I think he should just stay. He should stay with the Nets. He should try to really make it rock. I haven't made my case mystery before, but I generally think he should stay with the Nets and really try to work it out with Kyrie and all the pieces that they got together right now. The Nets are a pretty good to decent team as they are already. Having Ben Simmons, hopefully he can get off, whatever he was on last year and start doing, filling his role in the team, because, you can definitely say that they definitely need him on this team in order for them to compete. So, Kevin Durant definitely has I think he should really think long and hard about his decision to to get a trade from this team, because I don't think even if he were to win a championship on another team, or if he were to get traded, I don't think that would benefit the talk of his career, because for those that do watch basketball during this era and have seen what's been going on with Kevin Durant and what he's been doing, I mean, for the most part, even though he's a really great athlete, he's a really great player. Let's see, are there hooligan fanatics in football and basketball in the United States like in Europe? In Europe, they light smoke flares, burn chairs sometimes, curse the players sometimes. You see. Yeah, we definitely got some crazy fans. For sure, you know what? A lot of them is in Oakland. They got some crazy Raiders fans. Raiders fans in general are crazy. Not to mention Cowboys fans too. They're pretty insane also. LeBron got to break all the records to make up for him losing 6 finals. I wouldn't say he has to break all the records, but he definitely needs to. LeBron doesn't need to prove anything, man. He has enough records as is. Best option, KD's best option is to stay with the Nets. Ben Simmons, Kyrie. Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, we're saying the same thing here. We should stay with the Nets. That's his best option at this moment. I don't really see any other reason for him to get traded. If KD gets traded to a contender, he's going to go down as the biggest D-rider. No, for sure. I definitely agree. I wouldn't say it like that, but yeah, he would definitely be a follower. So I got somebody tuned in into the stream. We're about to add in here real quick, and we're going to talk some more NBA. Hopefully we can get some more guys to tune in, to share, to hop in on this discussion.
Yo, what up, Pat?
Yo. So what's up?
What's going on?
Yeah, so how you doing, man? How you doing? Tell the good people where you from. Who's your favorite team or athlete? Because we're talking NBA right now.
All right, man. First of all, my name is Rick. I'm from New York. If y'all don't know, CashSports, that's my cousin, blood cousin. Actually, our names are weird. If y'all know both our government names, y'all would die laughing, bro. But anyways, my favorite player, of course, is LeBron James, man, the GOAT. And wait, real quick, before I even tell you my favorite team, man, LeBron does not have to break all the records to make up for him losing the final. He's already in the GOAT talk. So no, he does not have to do that. But anyway, yeah. My
you know what
team,
though? Oh, yeah,
right now it's the Lakers. But go ahead, just because of LeBron.
So you know what? I want to talk about this because I think this is actually really important. Why do you feel like there's like an unfair expectation for LeBron? Like, why is this thing going around? Like why can't people just give him his flowers even at this point in his career? Like, he's going into. I don't think people really understand or really grasp, the type of things that he's doing so late. Like, for him to be going in his 20th year and to be doing the things that he's doing, I don't think people understand. Like, that doesn't happen. Yeah, that doesn't happen often. Like, what you're seeing is literally history in the making. So, sure. Do you share my thoughts, my sentiments? How you elaborate on that?
Of course, that's my favorite player, sir. That's my sentiments to the fullest. But like, my whole thing about like why he doesn't get like the admiration, the flowers, and the respect that he deserves, it's just basically like, come on, like it's with every era. With Kobe, a bunch of people hated Kobe. Let's not forget, like people hated Kobe, and rest in peace. But even me, like personally, I was not a big Kobe fan until he passed away, or like right before he passed, when he retired, I'd say. It's like I really start to like appreciate his game. When they're gone from the game is when you really truly appreciate the type of player that they really are. Like, because when you're in the GOAT talk, when you're in the Mount Rushmore, because let's be honest, whether LeBron is a GOAT, first, second, third, wherever he is, he's still an all-time great. There's no denying that. He's an all-time great talent. He's a once-in-a-lifetime specimen. So you can't deny his greatness. Period. Whether he's not your GOAT or not, he's in that conversation though, right? So with that being said, every time you have somebody in that conversation, a Kobe, a Jordan, there's always gonna be the love and there's always gonna be the hate. But I just feel like with LeBron, it's just more hate because it's just the era we live in. People hate this era. People hate the 3-point era, splash era. People hate that they feel like the 90s were tougher than now, or me, I just feel like the players are more talented now. It's a bigger league. It's more money being involved. So it just has to change. Everything comes to change. So people just got to understand that. But I'll tell you for a fact, when LeBron retires, he's been doing this for a while. When LeBron hangs his hat up and walks away from the game, Pat, I'm telling you, CashSports, people are going to miss him more than you think.
Yeah, no,
People
I agree.
Like, damn.
No, I agree. Because you want to know.
Because LeBron's the topic of every conversation every season, bro. Whether he's in the playoffs, not in the playoffs, you're talking about LeBron. And then his son is going to be in the league. They're going to talk about his son. There's always going to be the talk about LeBron. But when he walks away from the game, there's going to be a piece of the game that everybody's going to be like, damn, I really missed LeBron. Like, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, I promise you.
And you know what, though? I think we're going to get more LeBron in the future because guess what? LeBron already stated that he wants to own a team, which would be in Las Vegas. So that would be a crazy situation right there. And honestly, I'm gonna just say this right here: if LeBron was a GM, he would already be a GM, better than Michael Jordan.
He would have more rings as a GM than a player.
No, I think so too. I think
his eye for talent is ridiculous, bro.
No,
because a lot of people, and I feel like it's the Lakers fans mostly, they don't appreciate THT's talent. And LeBron is the one who spotted out THT. He's the one who spotted out Alex Caruso. He sees those players that have it in them, but you know what I mean? They may not be superstars, but they have that factor that can help you win a championship. That key role player, like he has that eye for it for sure. Like, he's a great GM. So whether you give him a roster where he could start off with one superstar and work his way down, LeBron will make a hell of a great team. I promise you.
Nah, for sure.
I promise you.
So let's chime in on the contract extension, right? So obviously LeBron is eligible for a contract extension with the Lakers. Hold on, let's tap into this. So hold on, I got a comment right here. The GM literally ruined every roster, then changes teams. No, you know what? I'm gonna talk about that because honestly, this is the thing about the GM that I think is really unfair. Look, the Lakers had a really bad year. Let's give the whole GM thing. He definitely takes an L with Russell Westbrook, but he still has 2 championships with his rosters that he's made. Think about in 2016,
he wanted AD. That was all LeBron. It was okay. It was all good when we won the chip in 2020. I didn't hear not one person calling Lil GM that whole season. No one said anything. When we were the best defensive team, nobody said anything about Le GM. That didn't exist. Everybody loved Le GM. But I understand we're gonna take. But let's be honest though, LeBron also wanted DeRozan. Let's not forget, he wanted DeRozan originally. The Lakers did not want to give DeRozan that extra year, and they didn't get him. So they decided to trade for Russell Westbrook. That's not all LeBron James. That's the Lakers as well. LeBron, you think LeBron would pick Westbrook over DeRozan? No, DeRozan was his first choice. Chris Paul was his first choice. There was plenty of options that he had before Russell Westbrook. And that was a bad mistake. But it was strictly because of Russell Westbrook's play. If Russ would have played like the Russ we thought he would have been, we would have been in good hands.
This wouldn't be the topic of discussion.
And another thing, if they were healthy, health has nothing to do with Le GM. You get what I'm saying? So if they were healthy as a unit, then we wouldn't be saying that, because whether Westbrook fit or not, they would have been able to at least get enough mesh and chemistry. So that way maybe we could have traded him before the deadline. Maybe we could have possibly made it work and made it into the play-in or the playoffs and see where things go from there. But we would never know because they weren't healthy for most of the season, right or wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong. You know
you're right. Because AD played like 17 games this season. So
can I touch base on that comment real quick?
Yeah, I know. That's why I brought it up.
Because I can tell this guy doesn't like LeBron. Like, so it's just, you see, this is what I'm saying. Like, he's gonna respect LeBron more when he leaves the game, bro. Because if you don't like LeBron, who is your favorite player currently? Because every player that you'll say that your favorite player now is not better than LeBron. As far as Jordan, I would never say LeBron was better than Jordan or this and that. Like, my opinion is my opinion. I feel like LeBron is the GOAT because of what I feel like LeBron's the GOAT. You may feel like Jordan's the GOAT for however, but I know you feel like LeBron's the GOAT, you personally. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm not trying to compare LeBron. Their games are too different. You could compare Jordan and Kobe all day long. And Jordan is always going to be there. But I feel like you can't compare. You got to compare LeBron to like a Kareem, a Magic.
Yeah.
Like Jordan is a different breed. He was a different. Jordan and Kobe deserve their own little category. I feel like Shaq and that dominant era is the Shaq, the Giannis's, that dominance. Like came into the league going like dominant, just pure dominance. Magic, LeBron, Kareem, Wilt. That's gifted, one of a kind talent. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, Kobe, Jordan, Allen Iverson, those guys just had that killer in them. They always wanted to be the greatest, but they had to work at it.
Yeah.
But Jordan has a hell of a resume. I'm not gonna lie, but let's not act like if Jordan would have played a full season, if he didn't retire in between those 2 years, we don't know if he would have won or lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's a bunch of what ifs, you know what I'm saying? But I would never discredit Jordan. I love Jordans. I love Michael Jordan. I'm a fan of Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So I would never talk down on Michael Jordan. But I just feel like LeBron has a case of being a GOAT. Plain and simple. Whether you like it, agree with it or not, the case is there. He's going to retire number one in all-time scoring. 30,000 points, 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebounds. It's going to happen. Like, there's no denying that. You know what I'm saying? 8 straight finals. 4 rings. Like you can't deny these things, Pat. Like you can't deny that. They're like some people thought Kobe was the GOAT.
Yeah.
LeBron got a better resume. So it's all opinion, bro. I can't get mad at his opinion, but it's just he did do more than Jordan if you really think about it though. Like if you're talking pure stats and numbers in the game of basketball, he did a lot more than Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan won 6 straight, and he's a hell of a scorer and a hell of a defensive player. But LeBron has a lot of accolades, bro. Like the numbers are all on LeBron's side, and I have those numbers. So we don't even. I'm like, that's a whole nother show. We're not even gonna get into that. But the numbers are there for LeBron. For sure.
And you know what? I want to tap into this right here because I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar he said something very interesting that I read yesterday. So this is what he said, and I quote: "There is no such thing as the GOAT because every player plays under unique circumstances. We play different positions under different rules with different teammates, with different coaches. There can be more than one GOAT."
That's why I do the Mount Rushmore. Like I'd rather do Mount Rushmore and add and take people out of that than doing the GOAT. Because if you're gonna do the GOAT, it's all gonna be opinion based for the rest of eternity. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna be it's never gonna be unanimous. The majority might lean towards Jordan, of course, because Jordan did it first. But then if you go back 20 years, 30 years, people might say Magic is still the GOAT.
Hold on, cuzzo. Yo, let me drop this link in this chat, man. Drunk. If you want to just join the chat, man, you could just hop in, bro. You don't got to keep breaking your fingers to keep typing in that comment section, man. You can talk your piece right in here, bro.
This is what you're here for, man. CashSports. Like, comment, subscribe. This is gonna be the best show.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro. Hop on the channel, bro.
Let's get some content going. Yeah, man. It's all basketball talk.
You see, listen, because he said quite a bit things. So how the fuck you lose 6 finals with a Mickey Mouse ring and be the GOAT? He said Jordan repeated. He said Jordan three-peated, went to play baseball, then three-peated again. And he said
Jordan I just want to ask him, that dude, ask him if you know what it will come up. Ask him who is his favorite, like what's his favorite team and who is his favorite player currently. Do you know?
Let me see.
Like, do you know?
He should be watching it, but no, I don't. I've never seen it.
All right, so put it in the comment, Drunk. Like, what's your favorite team and who's your favorite player? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah. So I know we got kind of a little cut off.
Because what I basically was gonna ask him is just to keep like the show going was like if whatever your favorite team is, if they would have won that Mickey Mouse ring, right? Would you call it the Mickey Mouse ring? Because if you ask all the players that played in that bubble, they will all tell you the same thing, that was like the hardest thing they ever did as far as like it being not normal, you know? And I understand, like, if anything with me, I give more flack and more criticism to Anthony Davis because he's the one who took months off and needed the rest and has the bad resume of being unhealthy throughout his career. Not LeBron. So LeBron didn't do anything wrong besides did amazing things. Score, rebound.
Well, he says he doesn't have any favorites.
Huh?
He doesn't have any favorites.
Oh, see? Okay, see, so that's perfect. It's always the people that don't have favorites or don't have to say. They can say whatever they want because you get what I'm saying? You can't say anything back.
But you know what? About the three-peat, though. I mean, because you know what? Like, about the whole three-peat situation. And, you know, nobody's trying to take that away from Jordan. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
that's an incredible feat.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
nobody even did it once. He did it twice. But he never did it without Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's things you could say to go against that as well. Like,
and
Jordan played in a system. Like, he's a system player. LeBron doesn't need a system. LeBron is the system.
Yeah.
Do you know the difference between that? Do you know the difference between playing in the system and becoming the system everywhere you go, becoming the GM, becoming the head coach, becoming everything? Like, that's a lot of pressure. And to actually come 4 out of 10, like, hey, look, it's not perfect, but that's still amazing. It's still an amazing feat. 8 straight finals, whether you win or lost. There's a bunch of players that never even made it to one final. Pat, I'm talking about all-time great players. Rings, come on, stop.
Yeah, his team is the Blazers.
Rings, where's the love for Bill Russell? Where's the love for Bill Russell? So we both want the Lakers too. Oh, the Blazers.
Yeah. He said.
Okay.
His favorite players.
Okay.
But no, man. But no, you make a very valid point. And then also, you know, something else to talk about is competition. Like different generation, different eras. Like, you know, competition. Like we said before, talent is way different than it was.
The talent Jordan played against. Let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest. Cash. The talent that Jordan played against. Come on.
Yeah.
Do we remember half these guys?
No.
Let's be honest, bro.
I'll even say this. You know what? I'll even say this because people keep saying they can't beat the Bulls. But let me say this. I bet you the teams that LeBron played, they'll beat the teams that Jordan played in the finals.
Oh yeah, of course. If you put every LeBron, all right, let's say, because I want to stick
like
to
Spurs,
team.
I know Spurs can definitely beat most of those teams that the Bulls played in the finals.
Of course,
I know you know what I'm saying. The Warriors,
the Warriors. Yeah, exactly, for sure.
You get what I'm saying?
I feel like you put the Heatles, like the Chris Paul, LeBron. You put them in that era. They're winning 6 straight. Like same way, they're doing that. They're doing that for sure.
Oh, look. All right, so he said.
LeBron made it to 10 straight finals, bro. 8 straight finals. 8 straight finals.
He said, "Damn, this dude would drink brown bath water if he asked it to."
But look, this is exactly the hate that people have for LeBron. Yeah. I didn't say nothing about, you know what I'm saying? I said Jordan is conversation for Jordan is there. I said I love Jordan, everything, but people would just always just go to the disrespect. Like, this guy wouldn't want to see me in real life. Like, he wouldn't say that to my face. So I'm not gonna feel no type of way. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, at the end of the day, bro, like, that's all cap, bro. If LeBron, that's my opinion. How you mad at me for my opinion, but you don't got a favorite? You ashamed to tell people your favorite team?
No, he said Blazers. He said Blazers.
He was ashamed, but he said nobody at first, did he not?
Yeah, because he was afraid to say Blazers.
You a clown, bro. That's what I'm saying. You a clown. You scared to tell people your favorite team. You don't have no favorites. That's corny, bro.
Yeah, come on, bro. Hop on the chat, man. Come on.
Say that he do that so he could say whatever he want. You get what I'm saying? People have to see I know people like that. You get what I'm saying? You Pat, you know I watch streams like this all the time. So he's one of those corny dudes. Like, I got it, bro. I got it. It's all good though, because we're talking sport. But
you said, why would I say it to you in real life? Dude, act like he John Jones. We even go.
I'm not. Pat. We're all good content. You want to come up here when he dropped the link. We're not gonna go back and forth. I'm not about to do this on the internet. Like, we're not. You know what I mean? This is exactly. We was keeping it sports. He's talking about, you know what I'm saying, bathwater, all this corny stuff. That's what I'm saying. It's like you took it elsewhere. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so if you're not gonna keep it sports and jump on the panel and talk sports, then you the only one looking corny, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Because I'm with the content. Like, we could do the content. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can make it entertaining. But you don't even want to come up and make it entertaining. So it's like I'm arguing with myself here. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes talk in the comments. Like,
Go
ahead, tough guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck?
Nah, yeah, man. But I
but
feel
your
like
whole team is dismantled. You just signed Damian Lillard to a stupid ass contract.
So I made a joke, then you start talking like you Javante Davis.
I didn't take it serious. But
bro,
look,
we ain't taking it serious, man.
Yeah, we're not even, bro. I didn't take it serious. You're good, bro. It's all good. But what I'm saying, I'm just saying as far as like the GOAT conversation. I have my opinion. Bro has his opinion. He feel like Jordan's the GOAT. There's a conversation for Jordan to be the GOAT. I'm not denying that conversation. I'm more with Kareem as far as like there can be more than one GOAT. But like if you're looking at purely numbers and stats, you're gonna say LeBron James. If you're looking at purely like how it looks with 6-0 and like just the resume, then you go with Jordan. If you're going off it's just rings or the GOAT, you're gonna say Bill Russell. But some people think there's people in this world that think Wilt is the GOAT because he scored 100. You know that, right?
And then and you know what?
153 rebounds, like 25 blocks or something. The stat line was crazy for that game, bro. Nobody's ever gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And people, and
you know what? Hold on.
Like old heads.
Hold on. And then you know what though? It's just the thing about it is what with LeBron, he's redefining what the GOAT is. You get what I'm saying? So what LeBron is doing is like he's dominating in a lot of stats and a lot of categories, and he's doing things that nobody's really ever did before. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So now
and he's making it kind of look easy because you got to think about it like this: longevity is a thing, and then you never like you talking about LeBron, bathwater, but all these things are facts. Like you asked me a question about LeBron, so I have to answer these questions because at the end of the day, think of it like this: LeBron been in the league 20 years. You never hear about this man doing anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he lasted 20 years without getting any type of bad publicity. Like Jordan had a gambling problem. They were saying Jordan was doing this and that. You don't hear nothing about LeBron other than basketball and business ventures, right or wrong. Yeah. But people just find the weirdest things to like try to like, you know what I mean? Like downplay his career. Like 6 straight finals, it should be the main thing that people be saying. Oh, I mean, no, I'm talking about, 6 losses in the finals should be like the biggest argument people have. But after that, people just take it outside of basketball every time. Don't you notice that?
Yeah.
Oh, Delonte West fucked his mom, or this and that. LeBron. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, calm down. Just calm down and just watch this man play ball, bro. Actually, sit down. If you love basketball, you're gonna respect his game, bro. Like, you're not gonna tell me you don't respect his game. You can say he's a punk. He doesn't have the killer mama mentality, the killer instinct. You can say all that, but keep it basketball. You know what I'm saying? All that other stuff is.
No, he got another one. So he said, I said, Bron was great, but he's not better than Jordan. Accolades matter. I've seen LeBron fail in big moments. I've never seen Jordan do that.
Have you ever? How old is this dude? Like, you watched The Last Dance. He must have watched The Last Dance.
I don't know how. Like, Bron lost to the Dallas Mavericks, one of the worst teams to win the finals.
I know you got to understand. Bron lost to Isaiah Thomas. Jordan lost to Isaiah Thomas. Jordan lost to Larry Bird. Jordan was getting his ass whooped before he started making it to the playoffs. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, in the 80s.
Jordan wasn't perfect. Yeah, let's not make it seem like like his career was perfect. He went 6-0. Like, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. This is what he's not understanding. I'm not arguing against anything Jordan did at all. Like, I seen LeBron fold. That's my favorite player. I seen him firsthand fold in moments that made me like, "What, LeBron? What the fuck are you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot the ball. Why are you passing it? Of course, I seen that. You know how many times I yelled at my screen? Like, yo, LeBron, what the fuck are you doing? You the GOAT. Why are you not shooting the ball? But you know what, too? Some real amazing shit, though.
But you know what?
If you look at the numbers, he has the most buzzer beaters in playoff history. So
yeah, but you know what, too? With the Dallas Mavericks, with the Dallas Mavericks loss, I don't think nobody's gonna argue that Dallas Mavericks lost, bro. Like, I think
big moments is the finals. Yo, bro, like, that's what I'm saying. I agree with him in like half of what he's saying. Like, I do agree with him for the most part. Like, those losses and everything, that's unacceptable. Like, as far as like LeBron's talent, a lot of those series he should have won. Yeah, like the first one against the Spurs. Yeah, I'll give him that one. But the Dallas series, he folded. Yeah, period.
That was.
There's no excuse. And that second San Antonio stint, he didn't really have the help because Wade was kind of beat up. But whatever, like, they lost. Like, so there, you get what I'm saying? In the Golden State, like, all those losses was just like it happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, then you can't take those back. Like,
Yeah.
I'm with that. He should have won a lot of those series. Period.
But you know what though, too? Even that loss against the Spurs, though, I mean, that's a hit or miss. You know,
I feel
what I mean?
like the one that hurt LeBron the most was the Dallas loss, though. If
Yeah,
LeBron
of
would have
course.
won that finals, I don't think even this dude right here, drunk, would have a lot more respect than LeBron than he do now.
Yeah,
I feel like
no, of
that
course.
finals changed a lot of people because you joined the super team, you did all this, and then you lost. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what the fuck? You said not 6, not 5, not 7. You know what I'm saying? All that shit looked bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But LeBron, like, if you really looked at how LeBron approached the game then and how he approaches it now, that's two different. Like, Like, he doesn't look at the game the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't really even care no more, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. He just wants to play.
So he said Jordan had no help on those teams. Soon as he got Scottie Pippen, it was a wrap. I've seen Bron literally.
No, that's
quit
a fact. As soon as he got
games.
Scottie, but that's what. But Pat, didn't I say that in the beginning? Jordan never did it without Scottie. That's what I said. You know what I'm saying? So it goes right back into my point.
Yeah,
we're not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with him. He's just trying to take it outside of basketball. That's where my problem was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have no issues with Drunk until he mentioned everything else. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? And let me say this too. Let me say this too, because I want to address this comment. When you talking about GOAT folding in big moments has to matter. You know what? See, that's unfair. That's unfair to LeBron James, because you know what? You can criticize LeBron on not coming up in big moments way earlier in his career, but the moment LeBron started winning finals, LeBron has been a very efficient player in the closing moments. I mean, he has a better field goal. Yeah, he has a better field goal. Yeah,
take the time to even watch the games.
He has a better field goal. He has a better field goal percentage for go-ahead buckets and tying buckets in the playoffs more than Michael Jordan. Like, LeBron James has a higher field goal percentage than Michael Jordan.
He has the most playoff buzzer beaters than any other player.
Man.
Yeah.
So to say
Jordan's, Curry's, and Durant's put together, they're still not more than LeBron, Jordan's buzzer beaters in the playoffs. So it's like, I get what he's saying, like the nostalgia and everything, but it's like, yo, bro, like LeBron is a GOAT, bro. Whether he's the GOAT or whatever, he's a GOAT, bro. Like, let's all not deny that. And that's all I want him to say. Like, he's saying all this, LeBron is a good player, but he didn't say, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you say LeBron's a good player, I could say anybody's a good player. Kyrie's a fucking good player. Durant's a good player. You say, I said LeBron was a good player. Like, LeBron is more than just a good fucking player, bro.
But I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair when you keep saying.
There's a little hate in there. When you talking about LeBron, there's a little hate in there, bro. Let's just be real. Just be real with yourself.
No, I just think it's unfair how we still keep saying how LeBron don't come up in big moments. I think, throughout his career, he's definitely eclipsed that, bro. Like, at certain moments, so you got to give it to him where LeBron has become a more of a clutch player in his career. Like, he's not clutch anymore. Salute to both of y'all. It's a good convo. Gotta go.
Salute.
Jordan still a go. Nah, salute though too, bro.
Nah, Jordan's a goat in selling sneakers. But now Yeezy's so I don't know.
I sub. Thank you though. Appreciate it, man. Drop that like too. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, next time jump on the panel, bro. Let's make some good content, bro.
Nah, for real.
And, we're gonna go from there, bro.
Nah.
Always keep it respectful first. You know what I'm saying?
No, I want to go back. I want to go back to some of these trade rumors.
Get off Jordan dick though.
But I want to go back to
that nigga retired, bro.
So I want to go back to the trade rumors in the talk. So earlier I brought up the whole situation with Kevin Durant. They said he's supposed to be meeting with Joe Tsai today on his decision to get a trade request. So I was saying that he shouldn't, he shouldn't trade from the Nets. I think it's a bitch move. To kind of really go about that. Not saying he is, but he's a bitch. I told you about him already. I didn't mention my words neither. So, but the thing about it is, man, it's like, come on, bro. Like, you can't move like this. It's like, you made your bed, you gotta fester in it, bro. You gotta see things through. You feel me? So you signed a 4-year contract. You wanted to come here with Kyrie.
He signed a 4-year contract and thinking they were gonna sign Kyrie as well, though. You got to understand, Kyrie's the reason why he came there. My opinion, they should have never went to the Nets. They should have just went to the Knicks. They would have been more beloved, or they would have had more control over the team. Like, everything would have went better for them if they went to the Knicks instead. And it would have been harder for them to leave too. It would have been too much. Like, it would have been a lot of pressure. But they would have embraced.
No, for sure. I definitely think going to
Sorry about
the
that.
Knicks. No, you're good. I definitely think going to the Knicks too was would have been a better move because I mean, hey, they have better fans. I mean, they have
Yep.
more fans. Like the New
More
York
loyal
Knicks is,
fans.
yeah,
Exactly.
they have they have one of the longest. They're one of the original teams in the NBA. So,
Yep.
but that was that was really Kyrie's decision for them to go to the Nets and be like, yo, you know what? Let's start something new. Let's start our own thing. Which
Which
even
was
though
a dumb idea. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie.
because that would have been a crazy atmosphere. The league would have been when it would have went upside down if that was the case. I mean, imagine if they initially went to the New York Knicks and then James Harden went to the Knicks too. So imagine
Yeah.
if those three guys were on the New York Knicks. I think same situation. I think James Harden, it would be hard for him to leave also.
It would have been
But
hard. But then again, they probably would have never even needed James Harden, bro, because just the whole aspect of how everything would have played out, they
Yeah.
probably would have just like stay because the Nets the Nets blew that bag for sure. Like, and the Knicks would have let Kyrie play. Let's just be honest. Like,
Yeah.
the Nets and the Nets and the Knicks are two different teams. So the Knicks would have never sacked Kyrie.
Yeah.
Fuck a mandate. They would have let
Yeah.
him play on those away games and all that.
Yeah.
Traveling with the team,
Yeah.
everything, as long
Yeah.
as whatever is in legality, like whatever falls into them being still legal, like they don't have to get fined and everything, they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Period. Kyrie would have had his way.
And you know what though too? I'm gonna say this too.
And they still would have maxed him too. Because one thing
and-
the Knicks are gonna do are max players. Like,
But you know what though too, with Kyrie Irving, if he was on the Knicks, I bet you that whole vaccine situation would have been resolved way before.
but that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, they
Yeah.
would have made him travel with the team.
Yeah.
None of that would have been an issue. It would have been an issue in the fact that he's not playing home games, so it would kind of look bad PR wise, but it wouldn't have affected him having to be a part of the team, as far as like championships and winning and stuff like that. So, everything would have played out in their favor, and he would have ended up staying. But I just honestly feel like going to the Nets was a bad move to begin with, and like you said, he just got to lay with it. But Kyrie's on a 1-year deal. The Nets are not going to extend him. Kyrie's out. So my thing is, the Nets better trade Kyrie to the Lakers before they just get nothing for him, because no other team really wants him. So I don't know what's the holdup. I want Kyrie in LA. I don't know about you, but that's something I want to happen. I want like a reunion between LeBron and Kyrie. That.
No, I would definitely want to see Kyrie get traded to LA. I mean, honestly, it feels better when the Lakers are in
Are you giving up 2 picks for it though?
2 picks? Yeah, I would do it.
Me too.
I would do it. I mean,
Me too.
at the end of the day,
think about
yeah.
Think about it like this. You get LeBron James, Kyrie, Anthony Davis. After LeBron retires, you possibly have Kyrie, Anthony Davis, and another piece maybe, because somebody's always gonna come to LA. There's never gonna be a time where no player doesn't want to play in LA. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like a team with Kyrie and Anthony Davis after LeBron retires is a good 1-2 punch. Right or wrong?
No, you're right.
So I feel like this is a bad move. Fuck them picks, bro. Fuck them picks, Pat. I would have gave them up a long time ago. Trust me.
And I remember I brought this up because they were I remember there was an offer where they said they were gonna give Kyrie Irving and Joe Harris with 1 pick. So it was gonna be one first overall pick. They should have did that, to be honest with you.
They should have did that. But me personally, I would rather Seth Curry. I would try to get Seth Curry.
I don't think, they wouldn't have given up Seth Curry.
They probably wouldn't have given up Seth, but
yeah,
I would want Steph. But I would take Joe Harris as well. But what they're not trying to do is, I guess Joe Harris has a multi-year contract, so they're trying to avoid like
having
they want
players that they don't want.
Yeah, like that, because we're gonna have LA's gonna have a shitload of money after this season, I think, to where they can sign any max player. To go along with Anthony Davis and LeBron. So they're supposed to have upwards of 70, 80 million to free up in cap space. Which can get you anything nowadays, bro. So,
for sure.
Yeah, so that's what they're trying to do. So they're trying their best not to get into that. And that's why most of the players they do sign now never go past Anthony Davis's or LeBron James' free agency. Like, it's always 2-year deals, 3-year deals, 1-year deals. Like, they don't You know, they haven't been doing that lately because they just want to prepare. I feel like LA's doing it right in like not making hasty decisions.
Yeah.
But you can't start off the season with Russell Westbrook, bro. Let's just be honest. That shit did not work at all, bro. Like, he has to go. Like, I don't even want to play around. I want Darvin Ham to have a clean slate. I don't want it to be any can it work with. I just want it to be. And it's still gonna be drama with Kyrie, nonetheless.
Yeah,
like, we don't know.
But hold on though. But hold on, because remember, because we kind of because it was about Kevin Durant, at least that in that area. Because so let's just say, all right, LeBron, because KD. I mean, at the end of the day, the Nets have a final say whether he's gonna get traded or not. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even if Kevin Durant,
they have his contract rights.
Yeah, even if Kevin Durant says I still want to get traded, the Nets are gonna trade for what they deem, you know,
like in Boston.
If
Boston comes up with the best offer, they were trading to Boston. That was one of his teams.
And so this is a very interesting, and the part where it gets interesting, because let's just say if Kevin Durant still wants to get traded, I mean, and then what would he do then? You get what I'm saying? Because it would be dumb for him to miss basketball. I mean, that would be idiocy for him to be like, you know what,
start sitting out. I'm not playing.
Because he's in his 15th season. So at this point, you know
that
what I mean?
it will tarnish his legacy.
Yeah, you would tarnish your legacy, and you're gonna lose your prime as a result. You're in your prime years. Kevin Durant, you know, he's already a guy that's known for being injury prone, like a guy that's known for getting hurt. So why would you want to risk being like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna sit out just because I'm gonna get traded, you know, to a player.
I don't think Kevin Durant will go to that extent though. I think I don't see it neither. Kevin Durant would do that. Like Kyrie would do something like that, but Kevin Durant wouldn't do that. Like he'll play, but he'll just stress the importance of him, like of them having to trade him. Like I feel like that meeting that he's about to have with Joe Tsai is going to be more of a, all right, the team is going to be like, all right, we don't want you to leave. We're going to tell you all this to show you what we're going to do to still stay competitive and make you want to stay. And I feel like Durant's going to be like, all right, because Durant's not a bad guy, bro. Let's be honest. Like, you know what I mean? You could tell he's a pretty good guy. He's just like, all right, you guys have until the trade deadline to do that. You know what I mean? He's going to try to make some type of threat. Like, you guys have until the trade deadline to compete, or else I'm not going to play, or something like threaten him to do it, but he's still going to end up playing. Like, I don't know. It's hard to really know what these players are going to do nowadays, bro, but I just don't think he would sit out to start it this season, like, because like you said, it's his 15th year. I don't think he could afford that. But I feel like in that meeting, he is going to tell them, like, I want to leave. So you have it till then, or something. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what, but he's gonna threaten them with something.
I mean,
because once they trade Kyrie, the team is different already. A team with Kevin Durant and Ben Simmons, I don't know how good that team is, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, I would still say that's a really good team. You know, I still think that's a very valid team.
Because the only way they could get Durant to go to any one of the teams that they want, they would have to trade Kyrie and Ben Simmons first, and then trade Kevin Durant to that team. Because of that, like that rookie contract thing, and with Kyrie, you just have to trade him because you can't start the season with Kyrie. Just like Westbrook. Like the Nets and the Lakers are pretty much almost in the same situation as far as their point guard situation. So the Nets can't start off the season with Kyrie, so they have to trade Kyrie. So what does that leave him? You want him to stay, but then like he's not going to be able to compete because he's just not. His head is not going to be in the game, and he already told you. Like I don't know if you read the article about Kevin Durant saying that he felt like the team wasn't going to win by the time they went 2-0.
Yeah, I wanted to discuss that too.
Yeah. So see, this is the perfect segue to that.
No, for sure. Like honestly, that's extremely disappointing that Kevin Durant, you know, was on that type of time. Like for real, bro. Like you didn't think you were gonna win the series before the series even started, bro. Like, come on,
I like to take everything into context. So I feel like you got to understand the full conversation what was going on. He probably was talking to somebody that he really was comfortable around and told him, like, yo, bro, to keep it real, bro, we didn't have a chance. Because you don't know what goes on in the locker room, bro.
Yeah.
Like Kyrie, Harden wasn't playing. Like it was a lot going on. So Kevin Durant been 15 years in the league. He knows what it takes to win. He knows what it. You know what I mean? These players know. It's the fact that it went out is the problem. But there have been plenty of times that LeBron just said it this season. They asked him, "Do you have what it takes to win?" He said, "Hell no." You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to say, like, they know, bro. Like, so, like, I wouldn't me personally won't give him flack for that. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows what it takes to win, and he just knows, like the team, the chemistry wasn't there.
But damn, you know, like, but the issue is the fact that they didn't even start the series. Like, it's before the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, I would understand if they 3-0. And then it's like,
wasn't the article was that they were three? Wasn't it like they were down 2 or 3-0, and that's when he said that?
No. He said I watched the interview multiple times. He said before the playoffs even started, he said, "Yeah, we're gonna lose this shit." You get what I'm saying?
So that's some sucker shit. Remember, I told you, I always liked Durant until he went to Golden State. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ever since then, I always felt like he was a bitch, bro. So that was some bitch shit, bro. And Durant do some hoe ass shit. I ain't gonna lie.
But yeah, he does some great things, but he definitely is like.
That's what I'm saying. I can't deny. You see, I don't deny their talent. Like, but he does. And then see, you could take it out of basketball with Durant because he does shit outside of basketball. Yeah, like the Twitter shit, the fake pages, done talking to his teammates, the same team. You get what I'm saying? That's why you could take it outside of basketball with Durant. With LeBron, you can't because you don't hear that. He keeps it straight basketball. Yeah. Like, but this guy right here, Durant, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I was the Nets, just off the disrespect alone, I have to dismantle this team. The one player I'm keeping is probably Ben Simmons, bro. No lie. I would trade Durant to either Golden State or Boston, whichever has the best offer for him. Because they do have all the teams that I've seen. Those two teams do have the best assets. But if I was Boston, to be honest with you, instead of giving up like Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown and all these picks, I would try to figure out a way to give them Jason Tatum and less assets outside of Jason Tatum, because you know Jason Tatum is clearly the better player as far as Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So if you give Jason Tatum up, you could clearly give less than the Nets might even have to give up more. But the only reason why we have to give up more is because the contracts. Like, you know what I mean? Durant make a lot more than Tatum, so we'll have to give up the assets. But as far as the picks and giving up Smart and shit like that, we won't have to do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I would do that instead, because I feel like Jaylen Brown and Durant will be a much better team with Marcus Smart in them than any other combination.
You know what though? But the argument is, I think they're trying to say that, you know, Jason Tatum has a lot more upside than Jaylen Brown, which I think, you know, is a better player. But which I think is
folded in the biggest stage of his career so far.
Yeah, but hold on. So, but what I think is, you know, with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, even though Jaylen Brown had like, you know, he had better numbers than Jason Tatum in the playoffs, but Jason Tatum was the first team All NBA, and a lot of people feel like he still hasn't reached his prime. This was kind of like the start of his prime years. So, you're saying that giving up Jason Tatum, because remember, you have Kevin Durant on a 4-year contract. Who's to say how many years you're even going to have Kevin Durant in those 4 years? Because we already established that he's injury prone. So the big question is, okay, you traded away Jason Tatum, you got Jaylen Brown, you got Marcus Smart, you got all these players, but how much of Kevin Durant are you even going to get in those 4 years? And then within those 4 years, he's already in his 15th season. After those 4 years, he's already going to be an older player, and you traded away your youngest guy.
Well, Jaylen Brown is a young guy too. So I think he's the same age as Jason Tatum, if I'm not mistaken. They're about the same age. So you still have that youth. But the problem I have, as far as the health-wise and Durant, a player like Durant, you're taking that chance regardless. I don't care what team you are. You're gonna take that chance on that type of all-time great talent, because a team like the Nets paid Durant, and he didn't even play the first season of his contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was hurt, and they paid him. They gave him max dollars. So, you know what I'm saying? That was only like 2 seasons ago. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I get what you're saying, how much of the contract he's playing, so that does play a big part in the decision. And I wouldn't actually probably 100% go through with it. But if the deal was up front and I was able to find a way to give as least assets as I can with Jason Tatum, I would probably essentially do it, because if you have Jason Tatum and Durant in the same team, so I'm basically assuming that you're giving them that, you're doing that trade with Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, or whatever they asked for in those picks, right? You would do that if you were Boston?
Would I do what?
I would just want to get that clear before I say my point. Like, would you actually execute that trade and giving up what the Nets are asking for? Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, I think one of the Williams, I don't know if it's Robert Williams or the other guy, and like 4 or 5 picks I think they're asking for. That was like the last.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 picks.
Yeah, would you do that trade? Or if not, what would be the trade that would get it?
Honestly, I wouldn't. If I was Boston, I wouldn't even entertain the trade if I was going to keep it 100 with you.
Okay.
Yeah, like if I was Boston, I wouldn't even tap into that. Like, trust me, I get it. I get why they want Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Because
I just don't feel like, how does Durant and Tatum mesh together? Because Tatum is a clear number one. Durant's a clear number one. So, like, you know what I mean? How does that work? Like, you know what I'm saying? I
think they have a good enough team now, though. My thing about it is, why did the Celtics even open that Pandora's box? You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because now Jaylen Brown's gonna want out of there.
Exactly, and he's already underpaid. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're gonna have to make it up by giving him like super max dollars. You're gonna have to probably give him like $50 million a year. So probably with Jason Tatum,
they got to give him the max
Brown,
period.
Yeah,
he's
they got to
give him the max period. Bro.
Yeah,
like you got to understand. Take Jason Tatum out that team, or put Jaylen Brown in another team with another like good big man per se. Like, Jaylen Brown is getting better numbers, bro. Let's not act like Jaylen Brown doesn't go off for 40 and do all that crazy ill shit and a crazy two-way play. He's a two-way player too. Just like Jason Tatum is better, bigger, stronger, yes. But I feel like, my opinion, Jaylen Brown has a lot more skill as far as the way understanding the game, the way the game is now. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, Tatum still, like, you know what I mean? Like, Jaylen Brown's not afraid of the moments. He knows when to score, how to score in certain moments. Jason Tatum doesn't have that yet, to where he's just an all-time great talent. But you take the ball out of his hands, he's not going to know what to do. You know what I'm saying? In those moments. Jaylen Brown, he's used to it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I just feel like Jaylen Brown is a better player than what people make him out to be. Not as good as Jason Tatum, but he's much better than what people like are setting him aside as, like, oh, Jaylen Brown, like, you know, just Jaylen Brown, like,
no. And you know what? And
not
I
you,
agree.
But a lot of people.
No, and I totally agree though too. I think Jaylen Brown has definitely, like, if we really had to think about it, Jaylen Brown is probably already established himself as a top 5 shooting guard in the league, and he can go up on that list. As you know, he can go up on that list. He was already a deep, because he was already good enough. He was already a good enough defender starting into the league, and then now he's blossomed more as a scorer. Now, if people, you know, analysts say, you know, if he were to up his handles, maybe improve his handles just a little bit, so he can be better, a little bit better at the perimeter. And I think Jaylen Brown's gonna be a dangerous guy. But I think with these teams now, you know, you need that wing. You know, you need that. You know,
but Jaylen can be his size. He's big enough to be a wing, bro. Jaylen Brown's not a little guard. You know what I'm saying? He's a big guard. He's a big 2 guard, and that's why he's a great defender. He's a big 2 guard. Like, he's not big as Tatum, obviously. Tatum could play the power forward, but Jaylen Brown could be a wing. He could very much play a small forward in any team. Easily. But you could put him in multiple positions. If he learns how to handle the ball better, you could put him as a point guard.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum? Jaylen Brown. Like, if he works on that handle, like you said. But Jason Tatum, same way. Like, you could run the ball through him, of course, but I don't know. Like, it's Boston has a great team. They shouldn't entertain that. They have a great team. Their upside is ridiculous. Yeah, they have a good core. They're a good defensive team. They made it to the finals. They could have won it. So why don't fix? You know what I mean? If it's not broken, why fix it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm not looking at it. Yeah, because I'm not looking at it like they needed Kevin Durant. I'm not looking at the Celtics like they needed Kevin Durant. What they needed was a facilitator. Yeah, they needed a facilitator. They needed a point guard. They needed somebody to organize the offense. And
Marcus Smart, if they had Drew Holiday and still Marcus Smart, that's an easy championship.
And not even Holiday. Like maybe somebody just like Rajon Rondo. Somebody similar in that aspect, because just in those crucial moments,
not Rondo, yeah, just in those crucial moments.
I'm just saying somebody similar.
Yeah, that would have been
Rondo.
No, you're right.
You get what I'm saying? Because remember
he would have been that vet to get in Tatum's head.
Exactly.
Like, yo, you could do this, bro, and Tatum might have went off. You're right.
You know what I mean? And then
that would have been a good nostalgia, a good little thing to uproar that team a little bit, because. You're right. I agree.
I'm not even saying Rondo specifically. I'm just saying
I know, but that was
Rondo.
That was a great point, though. That was,
you know what I mean? Because Marcus Smart, remember, the biggest thing with what they were saying with the Celtics was, Marcus Smart isn't that ideal point guard. He's a good point guard, but he's not the ideal point guard to setting up that offense up. And we've seen sometimes the offensive identity on the Celtics can be a little shaky. So one time you can have Jason Tatum trying to score the ball, and he was taking a lot of threes as opposed to him shooting the mid-range shot. I think Jason Tatum is way better as a mid-range shooter or going to the basket than he is just jacking up threes, because that's really what he was doing in the finals, is shooting a lot of threes. And so
trying to keep up with the Warriors.
Yeah, and then he was also taking a lot of bad shots at the rim too. He was taking a lot of bad shots at the rim. So a lot of that is setting up your best player in the position to make those best shots, and that's where Marcus Smart needs to come in. You know what I'm saying? So, or you bring in another point guard, and then he can establish that foundation. So, the rotation goes a lot more smoother, and then you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and then they're in the position to score the game.
Facilitator, that on-court coach, like you need that, like, because they were getting a little out of hand, like not knowing, like a little flustered. You could tell they were flustered, like just damn, like, because they'll be up 10, 15 points, because a lot of those games they could have won. They just found themselves in some crazy droughts, and Golden State is a team that you do not want to have a drought in, because their drought isn't gonna last. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever drought they're in that got you that 15-point lead, it's not gonna last. Yeah, they're gonna catch up. So you just gotta like make sure you can keep that momentum. Go back to the basics. You know what I mean? Easy layups. Get to the line. You know what I mean? Like, so you're right, 100%. 100%. Instead of jacking up shots, trying to do fadeaways instead of layups and all like crazy shit. Like, you're right. I watched the finals very closely. I did not want the Warriors to win because of my hatred for Stephanie Curry, but it's all good though. You know what I mean? It's all good. It was well deserved, well earned. I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? So I can't deny the Boston Celtics lost that. They dropped the ball. The lights were too bright for Jason Tatum at that time.
So
it happened to LeBron. It happens.
So let me talk about something else, right? So now it comes to no mystery that Donovan Mitchell. There's been some trade rumors in regards to people trying to offer trade rumors for the Utah Jazz for Donovan Mitchell, and Knicks, to no surprise for a while, have been one of the 4 teams that to be wanting Donovan Mitchell, but the Charlotte Hornets, they started to come in and they're showing that they have interest in Donovan Mitchell also. So, what's the situation with Donovan Mitchell? What do you think, is going to happen with Donovan Mitchell? Do you think he ends up with the Knicks? Do you think he's going to stay with the Hornets? Because I see the Knicks being, very aggressive. Honestly, if it's the Knicks, if you got to give up, if you're the Knicks, if you got to give up 5 draft picks for Donovan Mitchell, honestly, do it. If you got to do it, do it. Because Donovan Mitchell is a young player, right? You're gonna have him for years. Lock him down. Once you get him, sign him on a max contract. You know what I'm saying?
Go from there.
And go from there, and then get players to play with Donovan Mitchell. So you can open up some cap space. With the Hornets though, I do think that's a good to decent team, but I don't know how far they go. I think the upside with him going to the Knicks, there's a lot more upside. There's the box office attraction is gonna go through the roof with Donovan Mitchell playing with the Knicks. I think they'll be able to attract a lot of good free agents if he were to play with the Knicks.
And I bet you Donovan Mitchell would rather go to the Knicks too. over the Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Of course. But just to answer your point real quick, as far as what I think I feel like a lot of teams are waiting on what's going to happen with Donovan Mitchell, including the Nets, including a lot of teams are a lot of things are wrapped around. What Utah did with the Jazz changed a lot of things, for all the teams. So now they're waiting to see what the Jazz made their move at the best time. Because now it's you have to give up the house for Donovan Mitchell too now. You know what I mean? You got the house for Jazz, so they're gonna get the house.
For Rudy Gobert.
If I'm the Knicks, I don't know if I'm pulling the trigger. But whatever team offers, if Charlotte makes a crazy offer, I'm going to try my best to beat that offer without trying to give up all the picks. You know what I'm saying? Whether I give up D-Rose or whatever. I'm going to try to give up as much assets as I can give without having to give the picks. Because I feel like the Knicks could really utilize those picks because they've been doing it right lately. And another thing, I feel like if they would have known Donovan Mitchell would have been traded, they would have never got Jalen Brunson either. Because, get Donovan Mitchell, but is Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson a good starting backcourt? They're both two little guards, bro. They're both 6 feet or some shit. 6 foot. They're both less than under 6'2" or 6'3". They're small, and you're gonna pay them both, so you gotta start them both. They're gonna be both max players. So that's gonna be your starting backcourt. Is that a good starting backcourt for you for the Knicks?
It's not a championship backcourt
because now they don't have they're not once they trade for Donovan Mitchell, they're not going to have the assets to build around them because nobody's really going to want Julius Randle like that. So it's going to be hard to build around a team because if you build a team around those two guards, you got to build a crazy team around them, a crazy defensive team. It's going to be hard, bro. It's going to be hard because teams are going to want the assets they have currently for Donovan Mitchell. So RJ Barrett gone, a couple picks gone. There's going to be a lot of people gone. Cam Reddish may be out of there. A lot of these players that make the team legit.
They can have Cam Reddish, though.
Nah, I mean, I'll do it. I'll trade Cam Reddish, but my main concern is keeping the picks. You know what I mean? Keep as much picks so you could get still some assets to add with Julius Randle to build on top of Donovan Mitchell. But you give them those 5 picks, you're not going to have any picks to add to Julius Randle to make it sweet enough for a team to take it, to get those assets to build around them. So it's that's what they're thinking about, and that's why they didn't pull the trigger yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now a team like Charlotte's going to buzz in to try to make the Knicks make that extra step and probably pull the trigger on that. Because, like you said, you got to take a chance. The Knicks have been irrelevant for too long to not take chances on these players that actually want to go to the Knicks, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, they're going to do it, but I wouldn't mind seeing LaMelo and Donovan Mitchell. That's a nice little entertaining shit to watch, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather them two than seeing Brunson and Mitchell. But I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know what Utah going to do. I don't know what the Nets. I don't know what these teams are going to do because they're all waiting on each other. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's making a move because they're waiting on the next team. So it's right now in the league. I know all the GMs are on vacation still. Probably, I think they get out of vacation if not this week, next week. So we should start hearing some more talk soon. But I don't see anything happening as far as right away. This is going to be very, very It's going to be a very complicated thing. But once once the ball drops and starts rolling, it's going to be a crazy domino effect. Because as soon as Utah trades Donovan Mitchell to wherever, everybody's going to start making trades. You know what I'm saying? Whether Durant gets traded or what, it's just going to be a bunch of other moves that's going to happen. I promise you. Because the offseason isn't over. It just had a pause because, they traded Gobert to Minnesota and got all that. You know what I'm saying? So now all these players, you have to trade Russ. You have to trade Kyrie. Durant's going to get traded. It's just too many people that want to get traded. So it's there's only 30 teams, you know what I'm saying? And half these players already played for some of these teams. So there's only so many places you could trade these players to, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's very tricky right now, Cash. It's super tricky.
No, I definitely agree. With Donovan Mitchell, I mean, it's kind of been foreshadowed for a long time. I don't think anybody really saw Donovan Mitchell staying with the Utah Jazz for the rest of his career, even though they had some really great seasons. They had some really great starts. Season. Yeah, they definitely showed that they can definitely compete in the playoffs. And Donovan Mitchell, for the most part, as far as his scoring average, I mean, he's had some really high scoring averages in the
He's
playoffs.
a
He's shown
talented
that he
player
can
for
ball.
sure.
Yeah, he's shown to have that killer instinct when it really matters. It's just the fact that
In all
it's
NBA for sure.
yeah, it's just the fact that you still come up short. I remember that series with Jamal Murray versus Donovan Mitchell in the bubble. That first series, like he was balling. They were all balling. Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell. So just to see kind of let's if he were to stay on the Jazz, this could have been almost like a Damian Lillard situation. Where he would have been, he would have stayed with the Jazz and everybody would have just kind of looked at him like, he's not gonna win a ring, but he's really good though. He's a really good player. So yeah,
I feel like he could be better than Damian Lillard.
You think he's gonna be better than Damian Lillard?
My personal opinion, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not really a fan. I'm a fan of Damian Lillard, but I'm not a fan of his game. I'm a fan more of his attitude and the way he approaches the game rather than his actual game. Like I feel like he is like, and especially we're in the latter half of his career, so we could say now he's not winning no fucking ring. Like
yeah.
Before it's like, yo, he's not winning a ring unless he leaves. Now we know,
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah.
he's not winning a ring, bro. Like,
Yeah.
he made his bet. He's ready to land. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's gonna gain a lot of respect from me. But he could have, if he would have just said the simple words like, yo, I want to leave, he would have definitely won a ring. Because he could have went anywhere and won a ring. You could have put him in Philly.
Yeah.
Him and Embiid would have won a ring. You could have put him in LA. That would have been a nice little big three. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of places he could have went to. You could have put him in the Clippers, because Clippers got a shitload of assets. They could get anybody. Clippers, don't be surprised if Clippers get fucking Durant too.
Yeah.
They got the assets to get Durant if they want.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Players,
you're right.
The cachet.
Yeah. If they really wanted to.
If they really wanted to, but they I feel like they don't want, because they got so many picks. They want to at least. The Clippers, they didn't really have a chance to show what they got. I feel like Clippers. I don't really even see them play like that. Like their core, like you don't really like. I haven't seen them since the bubble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like. I feel like I really haven't even seen them since the bubble. Like they've been really irrelevant. They made some great moves, but as far as like being relevant, like in the game, like nah.
No, you're right. It's only because they had some injuries, and clearly last year Kawhi wasn't playing, and then that year when the Bucks won the championship, Kawhi went down. That's when he initially went down, so the Clippers weren't able to contend, and they could have contend that year too. They definitely could have contend that year too if Kawhi was playing. So, but a lot of people are saying,
did you hear Kawhi is not cleared for 5-on-5 yet?
He's not clear for 5-on-5. I mean, but he'll be clear for 5-on-5 by the season starts. I mean, I've seen a video of him recently, and he
did some
beefed up
non-contact stuff. Yeah, he did bulk up.
He bulked up. He bulked up a lot. He has a lot of lower body. It looks like he has a lot of lower body strength. You know what I'm saying? Like coming in this next year. I mean, if the Clippers are hitting their stride, I'll say this. I mean, a lot of good teams that have superstars, they're always in title contention. But if the Clippers are going into the playoffs next year with momentum, and then all their players are healthy, with Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, John Wall, if he's playing well coming off the bench, Reggie Jackson, that's a dangerous team, bro. That's a very dangerous team, especially if you have Tyronn Lue coaching the helm for the LA Clippers.
Yeah, so I feel you. I definitely feel you on that. So, but my honestly, like, I feel like the Lakers are practically like, I mean, the Clippers, they're that team that's just like, they're just always going to disappoint, bro. No matter where they are, like, no matter how good they are. Exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, something going to happen with them. They just going to drop the ball, bro. Like, whether it's up 3-1, you know what I mean? They're gonna. You
gotta see it to believe. With the Clippers, you gotta see it to believe it.
You gotta see it to believe it, bro.
You gotta see it to believe it. Like
they'll be the best. They'll be the number 1 seed next season. Have all those assets, Kawhi, all this. And then by the time the playoff comes, it's either they get swept or some shit like that's gonna happen, or lose
somebody hurt,
hurt, or just some type of drama, and they're gonna lose, bro. But we're never gonna get the Clippers, the Lakers, Western Conference Finals. So that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
I promise. No,
Okay.
it's not. Bro. As much as we want to, it's not. So, just like we haven't seen LeBron versus Durant. You know they haven't played against each other a game against each other in 4 years.
LeBron versus Durant. Oh, since that finals.
They haven't played against each other in 4 years, bro. We haven't seen LeBron versus Durant. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. It's just because with those injuries and people are
the injuries, whether LeBron's hurt or Durant's hurt, it was always something, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In 4 years, bro, 4 seasons, as a matter of fact, I should say. That's crazy, bro. Because LeBron versus Durant used to be what a lot of what we used to really be like, oh damn, remember their games used to be crazy. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I just want everything to fall into place, bro. I can't wait until the season starts, though. I mean, I can't wait until the season starts.
All right. So let me bring this up too, because Draymond Green got his own little podcast, and he was saying some things that were pretty alarming on his end, and he was like, yo, he was telling the Warriors, I want to get paid. I want to get a max contract on this next deal. And if I don't get it, I'm play with LeBron. Feel me?
and did you? But this is what this is a page out of Durant, out of James Harden. Look, this is what the stars do now, bro. This is their league. Like they run this shit. They make the decisions. They making the bucks. They split all the profits, basically 50-50 between the owners and the players. You know that, right? So
the collective bargaining rate in the collective bargaining agreement is 50-50.
It's like 53-50. It's close though. Like it's closer than it's ever been before. That's why they're making all this money. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna change because the owners are not going for that shit. They're gonna opt out of the CBA this year. It might be a lockout too. They're not about to play these players and we're signing you for 4 years and you're asking for a trade like Harden. Too many players. Like you can count them on one. Like you can literally count on 2 hands how many players demanded trades since the last CBA, bro. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, like where was I? What were we talking about just now? What's my train?
Well, we were just talking about with Draymond Green.
Draymond Green. Yeah,
the max.
Pay the man, bro. Pay the man, bro.
Oh, so you're like pay the man.
You have to, bro. This is that era. This is the league we live in. All these players get paid. Like I seen worse players with worse resumes than Draymond Green get paid more. Pay the man. Pay the man, bro. And I know they probably can't do it, but fuck it. Y'all been cheating the system as much as y'all can. Pay the man, bro. You know what I'm saying? Durant did you a favor when he did that signing trade. You got an asset with D'Angelo Russell. And he traded D'Angelo Russell for Andrew Wiggins. And y'all won another fucking ring. Pay the man, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got the rings. Pay the man, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though the talent isn't there, I wouldn't mind seeing LeBron James, Draymond Green team either, bro. Like, they've been real buddy. Everybody think remember people used to think Draymond and LeBron hate each other? Yeah. Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Dude signed to Clutch Sports and everything. He always had a respect for LeBron. That's what I'm saying. These players use them, like these LeBron haters, bro. They use anything, bro, to go against LeBron. Yeah. He's a bitch. So if Draymond thought he was a bitch, bro, why the fuck is he cool with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, like, come on, bro. But you put Draymond and LeBron, I feel like Draymond's gonna play better. Draymond's not a bad player. Yeah. He's not as good as like his contract, but his resume, you have to pay him, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the Warriors. The Warriors are a better team with him. Like,
I think no question, bro.
Yeah, people need to acknowledge, like, point blank, period. Like, the Warriors are not truly the Warriors, in what they could and what they've done these past couple of years without Draymond Green.
It shows you that because it shows you that if Draymond was in that series and never got ejected with that situation with LeBron. 9 times out of 10, and I can even admit that, they win because it was up. You know what I'm saying? 3-1. So 9 times out of 10, they that was a lot to do with what. Yeah, they played historically great, LeBron and Kyrie, but that played a big part of why they lost, bro. That ejection, bro. They needed Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? So I like they need him, bro. So without Draymond Green, it's gonna be a completely different team. The locker room's gonna be different. Draymond's getting niggas' faces. You know what I'm saying? Like the rookie's not gonna get out of place and disrespect. You think a dude like Jordan Poole is the type of the dude like he would walk all over Steph Curry and the motherfuckers like if there was no Draymond Green in that team.
Yeah.
He would chuck the ball up, and he's already a chuck, but he would, you know what I'm saying? Like, there would be some problems in that locker room if it wasn't for, and you could tell. That's why him and Durant got at each other. Because Draymond Green, you know what I mean? He's gonna let it be. He's gonna let his opinion be known. I like that. That's what we were missing in the Lakers. When we were missing a Draymond Green, we were missing a Udonis Haslem, a fucking Rondo. We was missing a fucking. Who's another player I just had in the top of my head? Like that player that just, you know what I'm saying? Like
a player leader. Like you need it.
You know what I mean?
Or like somebody. Like a
locker room voice, like a tough guy, like a Rasheed Wallace, or you know those guys that's just not gonna. Like Kendrick Perkins, like you need those type of dudes in your locker room, bro. Like the like you know what I mean, like. A guy that's just like, all right, he's a punk, but I'm gonna fight for him, though. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna mess with my team. You need guys like that are gonna get the nitty gritty guys, like
Marcus Morris.
Marcus Morris, Marcus Smart.
They did have Marcus Morris.
Didn't
they have him on?
Those guys, those type of guys.
Yeah,
nitty gritty. You need them. You need them, and we were missing that. Yeah, you thought Russ was like that aggression. Yeah, he got that attitude, but he's just not that. Like,
but he don't make shots.
Really exactly. He don't got the shots like that behind it. Yeah. You need a role player that's like that. You don't need your star to be like that. That motherfucker. He's blowing mine.
So this thing with Russell Westbrook, I know you said you were like, you know, he has to be off the team. He can't. The Lakers can't go into the season with Russell Westbrook, and honestly, I agree too. Like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work with Russell Westbrook, but it's Lakers are they're caught in some shit, man. It's like, you know, they don't want to pay him out because they don't want to just pay him $40 million to just sit out, and a lot of teams
buy him out.
Yeah,
they're
not willing. You said you would?
Paying him that much, you might have. No, I wouldn't. Like, why buy him out for $49 million? Like, that's fucking insane. Like, we're not in the same position as the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets could sit out John Wall for 2-3 seasons. They're not winning shit.
Yeah.
The Lakers have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. We can't afford to sit out a $50 million player, bro. That does not make any sense at all. Yeah. Like, dude, you average a triple double for 4 years straight. You won an MVP. How the hell are you this trash, bro? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to play with LeBron James and Anthony fucking Davis, bro. Like, it shouldn't be that hard, bro, because you don't have to do much, bro. Yeah. He could have averaged the same 17, 7 and 7, the same stat line he got, whatever it was, 18, 8 and 8, whatever the fuck it was. He could have got the same thing with less, like, as you play more timid. Fuck it, play timid, bro. And he would have been a way better off player, bro. Yeah. He missed a lot of just wide open layups and easy dunks. There was a lot of shit, bro. Like, which I feel like next season he probably wouldn't do. If he got a chance to
I hope so.
Again. Like,
I hope so.
I mean, because a lot of those, bro, Pat, a lot of those dunks were like wide open.
Botched,
like, like a lot of those layups shots were lucky. Like, like he like the ones that he made were lucky, and the ones that he didn't make were fucking awful, bro. Like it's like I feel like it could have went better. You know what I'm saying? It could have went way better, bro. It could have went better. The pressure was too much for him, bro. Like he wasn't ready for the LA lights, man. Not a lot of people aren't. There's too much pressure in LA for a dude like him. Too much pressure in LA for a lot of dudes.
No, I agree.
Get me wrong. But LeBron would have won a ring with Westbrook. There's no way you're denying the GOAT status after that.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, it's just with Westbrook though. It's just that with Westbrook, it's just he doesn't want to play like his, he doesn't want to change his play. He doesn't see anything wrong with his game. He thinks like, okay, you know what, like I'm the MVP. Yeah. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like I averaged a triple double for the past 3 seasons. Like I think Russell Westbrook genuinely thinks like in order for them to win games, he needs to have a triple double. Like I got to put up my stats in order to be able for this team to win.
I feel like he feels that too. I think he really thinks that, but he's bugging the fuck out. 1, 2, he doesn't have any handles, bro. Like how are you a point guard and you have no handles? Most of his triple double seasons was him just driving to the paint, drawing so much attention because you know what I mean, that you could just pass it to an open shot. You know what I mean? Like a lot of those triple doubles, the big men were literally boxing out just to get him the rebounds. So they appeased to him in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Teams stopped doing that for him after that. Yeah, he did like basically get a triple double, I think, in or almost a triple double in the Wizard. And he did play much better.
He got a triple double with the Wizards. He didn't get one with the Rockets.
He didn't get one with the Rockets, no. But he got one with the Wizards. But I feel like the Wizards were a different scenario. It's different lights. Nobody thought the Wizards were gonna win anything.
Yeah.
Nobody really thought the Rockets were gonna win anything. You know what I'm saying? So with LA, they thought they were gonna win something, but not because of Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? Because of LeBron and AD. They already won a chip. We know you never won a chip. So it's like,
and the thing about it is too.
I don't know why.
And the thing about it is too. Like with Russell Westbrook's role, like when him coming to the Lakers, I think people remember what I told you when we initially talked about the whole trade. Russell Westbrook was supposed to come in there and be the off-ball player, right? He was supposed to become more of an off-ball player. He was supposed to be to kind of give LeBron James and Anthony Davis a kind of like a break on the offense, like in case like he would be more so the Energizer Bunny on offense, but with the exception of or with depending on LeBron James's pace and his shot selection, because at the end of the day, Darvin Ham came out and he was like, I want the ball in LeBron James' hands all the time. And I don't think anybody disagrees with that. Period. Like
hell no, because you gotta understand LeBron,
like,
that first year with AD, LeBron was the point guard. Let's not get it twisted. He was the starting point guard. Yeah, he didn't just was the playmaker. He was the actual point guard.
Led the league in assists.
Led the league in assists, Cat. So what I'm trying to say is,
and had 28 and had and averaged 30.
Why would you ever go away from that? You know what I'm saying? Like LA fucked up going away from that period.
Yeah.
You don't change what's already, like, you know what I mean? Like why would you change that? They made a big mistake changing that team at one period. They should have made a slight few changes, but they fucked up after dismantling the team after literally winning. That was dumb as hell. But
so you think it was a mistake to let go of Kuzma and all them now? Like you think looking at it?
No. I said a little bit of changes. Kuzma was one of those changes that they could have fucking made. Yes, they should have. After winning, the players. Remember, I told you. I think we had this conversation before, but we'll save for the stream. After winning that chip in 2020, the only players that I feel like they should have got rid of was Kuzma, Dwight Howard, THT, because he had value
at that time.
And if for those three players, maybe they could have got like a Buddy Hield or something like that, or something along those lines. You know what I'm saying? But they should have never got Montrezl Harrell or anything like that either. So they could have kept McGee. Like, these are the pieces I wanted to keep: McGee, Caruso,
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope,
KCP. That's a big one. They should have never got rid of him. KCP. I would have kept one of the Morris, the Morris guy, because he's a wing, bro. I would have kept that, and that's what we lacked. Who else they had that season?
You said I said Rondo too.
The thing is, I would have never got rid of Rondo. I would have, whether he would have been in my team or not, him and Dudley would have definitely been in my coaching staff. Period. But I would have never kept Frank Vogel. I would have brought in a player like Darvin Ham, like a coach like Darvin Ham still, because the Lakers were never going to keep Vogel. We know that, whether it would have won or lost. That's why they didn't extend him. He was a lame duck coach. Only way they would have kept him is if they would have won back-to-back or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Then they might have extended him. But other than that, they were never going to extend him. So they probably would have always ended up with Darvin Ham or Ty Lue or something like that, or somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So I would have started off with them. And that staff would have been Rajon Rondo, Dudley. They would be in that staff, period. That's how I would have did it. I would have kept them, but not as a team, as more of a coaching staff. You know what I mean?
So kind of like with the Steve Nash situation, like you have Rondo in a player development situation where instead of him on the day-to-day, playing 82 games,
he's working out with the team. Like you basically damn near have him on the roster because in practice he's gonna be working out and doing drills with the team. but he's gonna be as the opponent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's gonna dissect the game from the other side. So it's gonna make them really dissect any team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now to have him actually in the bench next to the coach to give Darvin Ham some tips or whatever. That would have been a dynamic little bench there, but you still keep a player like Dudley, because Dudley, a player like he just keeps the momentum up. You know what I mean? He keeps everybody heads up, positive note. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of guy he is. So that would have been a nice little squad, and you would have had Phil Handy still, and whoever else Darvin Ham probably would have added. But I would have made those specific people mandatory if I was the Lakers. And KCP was definitely key. Caruso, and the Morris twin, and McGee. Everybody else would have been up for grabs. And I wouldn't have made a big trade. I would have definitely went for DeRozan or Buddy Hield, something like that. That's all LeBron needs. You don't really have to put a crazy team around LeBron and AD. You know what I mean? They just have to have size. That's it.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Rondo was trying to teach Westbrook how to be a point guard? He was like, "Yo, let me teach you. Let me tell you about like when's the best times to shoot the ball, when's the best time to pass the ball. Like, let me help you on your game, your point guard game a little bit." And Westbrook's
I never heard of Westbrook working with any point guard or any point guard from any era like all these other players do. Like Russ is the type of person, like you said. That's why his game never changed, bro.
Yeah,
he's getting worse because he's losing athleticism. That's his game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he fucked up by. You could tell in the summertime he probably works on his little drills, but he doesn't work on his jumper, and he doesn't work on dribbling and the basics. He doesn't go back to the fundamentals, bro. He's just like, all right, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna go crazy, I'm gonna lock in every game. He's healthy, he works out. You can tell he works out, he eats right, he does all the right things, bro. As far as like athleticism, but it's not there skill wise anymore, bro. The torque is not there, and like it affects his game, and then mentally it's already affecting him. You can tell it affected his game already. Like up there, like his game up here is done. Like you could put him in any team, and he's never gonna be the same now at this point. He might always average 18, 8, and 8 from this point on, but the percentages is gonna be ridiculous. Nobody's ever gonna guard him at the 3-point line. You're gonna keep shooting shots, and you're gonna always miss, bro.
Man on a 6-year
shooting. He's not
shooting
gonna automatically become a magical great shooter, bro. That's not gonna happen.
So yeah,
he's not gonna pull the Jason Kidd.
Yeah. So see, check this. So recently, 2 hours ago, this came from Jalen Rose reacting, and the Nets will stay as they are. Both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving will remain. So there it goes. There it goes. You feel me? So the Nets is looking like they're gonna be staying together until the next season.
Wait, what he said? Say that again.
They're gonna remain. So basically, the Nets are gonna be the same team.
But Jalen Rose coming from who? Who is that coming from? That's his opinion, or is that a fact?
No, that's him reacting to saying Nets gonna stay out. Because remember, Kevin Durant met with the owner. Remember, he met with the Remember, he met with the owner. So that's
but that doesn't explain. All right, so they're gonna remain. So are they gonna sign Kyrie? Because at the end of the day, Kyrie's still gonna want his money. No. Kyrie's not taking less than the max, bro.
But here's the thing here's the situation with Kyrie. It's not the fact that I don't think they wouldn't sign Kyrie. It's just the fact that they got to see if
they're
he's trustworthy to sign.
What they did with Zion, they're gonna have a bunch of
incentives,
and all type of clauses in the contract to where if he doesn't do this or you don't show up to this amount of games, you're not getting paid. Kyrie's not doing that. He wants his guaranteed dollars, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? He has the cachet. He has what I said about Draymond Green, the resume. He has the resume. You have to pay the man, bro. There's no excuses. If you're paying Jalen Brunson max dollars, you have to pay Kyrie max dollars, bro.
Honestly, I disagree.
Said this is the closest player to me. You have to pay Kyrie, bro. You have to. I understand. I respect your opinion, bro. You have to pay him, bro.
No, I agree. No, but see, the only thing is, you pay him, but he has to earn incentives. That. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like with the incentives.
But that's what this last year of his contract is for. He opted in. He's getting his dollars. People thought he was Kyrie's gonna play for $6 million. He goes, no, he's not. Money matters to players, bro. This is a lifestyle these players live. He's not gonna turn over $37 million, $36 million for just $6 fucking million.
Yeah,
that's just losing $30 million. Like that's a $30 million loss.
To play on the Lakers, which is kind of already all over the place right now.
Yeah, and the Lakers would have paid him, but he would have still lost that $30 million when he could just go to the Lakers if the Nets don't sign him. All he wants is the money. So at the end of the day, you pay him. This season, you see, if you want to take the chance to start the season, I'm with that. It's your choice. You have until the deadline to trade him anyway. And then Kyrie has this thing where I could tell he's going to try to fix his image because he doesn't. If you're a player, you have an ego. He's not. He didn't like the fact that teams didn't clamor for him once he said, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he didn't like that. So he's going to try to clean up his image and try to like play every game and go off this season. So if they don't pay him, they have to trade him. So because they're not going to lose him for nothing. If you don't give him that contract by the deadline, he's leaving.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I promise you.
Yeah,
I promise you. If he doesn't get that extension by the trade deadline, he's gonna feel like that's disrespect because they waited to the last moment, and he's not going to say it because bro, he wouldn't have a problem even. And Durant already said that's his bro. Whatever he do, I'm not gonna care. You know what I mean? I'm gonna respect it, and I really feel like that's the truth because it's his best friend. Look, that dude would leave and go right to LA, and at that point they would have no choice but to trade Durant because that whole thing is gonna blow up in their face.
Okay. So here's another thing I think is pretty interesting.
But if I was the Nets, like I said earlier, Ben Simmons is the only person I'm keeping at this point. I would trade Durant and Kyrie.
Yeah, because he's the younger player. I think with Ben Simmons, I mean,
I would build around him. I would try my best to build around him as best as I can. I would surround him with Seth Curry, a bunch of all-time great. Maybe get a Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Like trade Kyrie for a Donovan Mitchell kind of scenario. You see where I'm going with this? So I had Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, maybe like some type of big man. You grab like a Kevin Durant for like a Bam out of like, you know what I mean? You could mix and match it to where it could look real pretty, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I would build around Ben Simmons for sure. For sure, I would make it look real nice.
So here, like I said, so here's another interesting topic, right? Or here's another thing, right? So with the extension, this is going back to the whole extension thing with LeBron. So people are saying, you know, why doesn't LeBron take less money to play with the Lakers so that they can build a better franchise? I wouldn't do that personally, but I do see the point. Like, you know, with LeBron,
I see
James
the point of why people
money.
say that, but LeBron took less money to join Miami, right? I think he took $14 million that first year. Him, Wade, and Bosh all took like $14 million or something like. They all took a crazy pay cut, right? And they lost that first year, so it doesn't always work. So players are not taking that chance. Lillard is not taking that chance. He's getting his money. Kyrie's getting his money. You know what I'm saying? These players want their money because this is a business, bro. First. These players they're all businessmen, bro. They're selling themselves, bro. They all want their money, bro. LeBron wants his money. Will he do the Tom Brady route? Maybe shed a couple M's off? I'm sure he did that plenty of times already. With Cleveland, he did that. You know what I mean? But as far as taking a $10-30 million pay cut, no. He's the number one jersey seller. He's the greatest player currently, whether it's all time or whatever. He's the greatest player in the NBA now. You gotta pay that man. If you're talking about paying Draymond fucking Green, you better pay LeBron fucking James. Period. Like,
but see, it's a different situation though, because
it's the Lakers. The Lakers better.
But you know what? It's a different situation though, because one, and I agree. I'm not saying he should take. I'm not saying he should take less money, but I just want to throw out a
become
scenario.
A billionaire by taking pay cuts. He's a billionaire right now.
I mean, but he did
taking pay cuts.
But you know, LeBron is a billionaire, right? So let's just say, let's throw out a scenario. What if LeBron were to take $20 to $25 million a year?
LeBron's getting 40 right now. You know that, right?
No. I know that, but I'm saying with the extension.
That's upwards of almost 20 to 30. Like I just told you, bro. These players are not giving $20-30 million up anymore, bro. That is not happening, bro.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not gonna happen. So like you said, put myself in that shivered scenario. It's not gonna happen because he's not giving up 20 million, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that instead of
Yeah.
giving him max dollars, like how Golden State is paying Steph the complete max and still compete, LeBron would shed a couple dollars. If you bring an offer to him, be like, all right, LeBron, we could trade Russ, get DeRozan, this and that, do this and that. You have to take 5 to 10 million less. Okay, that he'll do. But 25 million and you don't know if you're gonna win? No, hell no.
Yeah. No.
LeBron, his resume is already locked in. His GOAT status is locked in. He doesn't need to do any more to go any higher or lower. Everything he can do now is statistically. It doesn't matter how many more rings he has, people are gonna look at those 6 losses at that time. You know what I'm saying? So now it's the stats. You know what I'm saying? So whether he wins one more because if he took a 20, they're not gonna three-peat. He's too old for all that three-peat shit. All he needs is really one more, bro. So $20-30 million, I don't think he's gonna do that for that, bro. He's not. Because I feel like his talent is good enough to get them over the edge anyway. You know what I'm saying? So pay that man, bro. You're not gonna tell me now. I'm not gonna tell my favorite player to get paid. He's gonna get his bread, bro.
Yeah, imagine you say Draymond Green deserves a super match with LeBron,
and then I'd say LeBron should take a big man. Imagine that, bro. No, bro. Pay that man, bro. Pay that man the max, bro. But I would say LeBron right now at this point, pay him 2 years, $91 million, and then make it a 1-1, so he could opt out. You know what I'm saying? So he'll probably be getting around upwards of almost what he's getting now, like maybe 47 M's. And then maybe if it doesn't work after these next season or two, then that's when, you know what I mean, the Lakers should say, all right, LeBron, we're not paying you this much. You know what I mean? That's up to them to do that. But they're always going to, whatever you pay LeBron, you're always going to get your money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Because if LeBron's getting $47 million, they made $1 billion off LeBron already. $100 million off LeBron already. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So
just based off jersey sales and
just based off
people who want to watch him play.
He sells 350,000 jerseys a year. That's a fact. That's Googleable, bro.
Yeah.
So when these people talking about LeBron, this and that, bro, why do people buy his jerseys? If everybody hates him so much and he's not the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? Why is he number 1 in jersey sales?
Yeah. And his 20th year. 20th season.
Let's be real, bro. What player is like that in his 20th season, bro? People were even talking about Jordan in his 20th season. Guess what? Because Jordan didn't play past 13 after retiring twice already. Like, come on, bro. Come on. What are we really talking about here, bro?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Come on, bro. Yeah, like, come on, bro. But people are quick to discredit LeBron for all his faults. But Jordan just had no faults, though. It's ridiculous, bro.
But you know what? You know what it is too. It's just like I noticed that a lot of people argue for Jordan and didn't even watch him play.
Oh man!
They'll make
people that watch him play. Guess what? Most people that watch Jordan play, guess who they have as their GOAT? Kobe.
Who?
You know what I'm saying? Like my dad, a bunch of people, Kobe fans. They're not even really Jordan fans. Other people that actually watched him play, they'd be like, "Yeah, he was great." But Kobe was just a different breed to people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's all opinion based, bro. So you know what I mean? Like nobody could ever tell me nothing to convince me that anybody's better than LeBron James. It's just not gonna happen, bro. It's just not gonna happen, bro. Period. Nothing. Yeah. There's nothing anybody can say, bro. You can slap me in the face with all the shit that Jordan did, and it's still not gonna change my opinion. I'm telling you.
Nah, 6 times, motherfucker.
Dead ass, bro. You can knock me out with it. I'm gonna wake up and say, LeBron.
No, for sure. But yeah, man, this is the stream from CashSports. You know, anybody that tuned in, you know, drop that like, subscribe to the channel, and also hit that notification button. So whenever we live stream, anybody can tap in into the conversation, into the topic, and you know, speak your piece, man. Say what you gotta say. You know, hop in the discussion.
Don't be scared to jump in the panel. Do not be a comment creep, bro.
Yeah, nah, definitely. Don't be scared to just stay in that.
It's free to like and subscribe, but it's also free to just join in and just be a part of the show.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You guys watch First Take. You guys enjoy the content. Be a part of it. Be a part of the greatness. You know what I mean? So that way, you'll always have something to go back to and be like, when Cash Sports blows up and he's on TV, you're like, damn, I got a video of me on Cash Sports when they first started. So take advantage now when when it's free to join.
Nah, for sure.
Nah, it's been great,
Definitely.
bro. It's been great,
Yeah.
guys. I'm gonna call you. We're gonna chop it up.
Nah, for sure. For real, for real. So this concludes our episode of another stream of Cash Sports. I thank all for tuning in. And so, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. So, have a great time. This is Cash Sports.